What's up, guys? We're back for another video, and it's what you guys have all been waiting for. The first start of the sr22vet in my FC RX-7. Still needs some work, but it's fucking running, guys. Yeah, come with me. Good oil pressure. For a fully built motor with a twin disc clutch, it's pretty goddamn fly. Welcome, guys, to the first drive. Twin disc isn't that hard to gauge. Alright, so we're not going to go in boost or anything. I'm data logging right now. We're a little lean. Well, that's one bound to boost. Like 10% throttle up to $6 grand and made 5 pounds of boost. Oh man, I may not be able to daily this and not go into boost. That's 7 grand. Okay. Maintained operating temperature. We've still got good oil pressure. We're still logging, so turn off the log and then we'll go over the logs. Check out my new titanium hardware for my steering wheel. The old ones were rusting, so that's why. But I've got the Haltech open, and I already saved the data log and have moved it to data log viewer. And you can see I have so I've checked my oil pressure, I've checked knock real fast, but when I'm going back through my tune, these are the 4 tabs I like to have open: RPM, throttle, wideband, and manifold pressure. So basically what I want to do is go through here, and this was the first pull. You can see I held throttle, so I'm not going to have any transient fuel adding. But if you look at air fuel, we're very much lean. So I'm in the negative 7.9, you can see right here. So what you do is you go back down here, go back to the Haltech, and then you want to find 7.5 at 2500, I think it was, which would be these 2 boxes. and you want to increase the fuel. I've already gone through and changed what I want. It was a little too lean out of boost and a little too rich in boost. So I've gone ahead and fixed that. And I'm going to go for a little longer drive this time. And we'll see how it works. I don't know if I'll hook up the GoPro because it's really not too exciting. You're going to see the exact same thing you saw in the last clip. So hopefully we come back to something exciting that doesn't include something bad going on. Ladies and gentlemen, we have test drove the RX-7 for about 130, 140 miles. Some things have popped up. I've already taken care of them. For one, the main thing you can see is you can't see a big ugly coolant overflow that's busted it up anymore. I bought this little guy. It was like $130 or something, maybe $150 after shipping from these guys. Pretty good product. They offer 3 different ones. One that has a cutout for the overflow, then a third one that has the overflow cutout and the OEM outlet that would go up over the hood for your OEM ducting. But I bought that to cover it up. It's a little oily. We need to clean it up. But what it does is show that my radiator support was not meant to be at an angle like this. It was meant to be straight. I think I've set the engine on it a little too many times when I've pulled the engine. So yeah, I just bolted it in because there's only 2 spots original, like from the manufacturer, to bolt to your radiator upper support. Ideally there'd be 2 more here and it would suck it down to the same angle, because you can see that's way more of an angle than this side. It bothers me and whatever. But we had a couple of issues. For one, for you guys who've watched the whole series, that's a different oil line. I replaced, excuse the mess as well, but you guys know I don't live in organization. This was the old one, and basically I tried to run a banjo fitting originally. See if I can't find that as well. I probably threw it away though. Basically the oil feed on the engine, which you can't even see at all actually. You can kind of see it. It's that fitting down there. You can only see a side of it. But anyway, where it threads into the block, has been helicoiled. And when it was helicoiled, it's at a slight angle. And that is a huge problem when running a banjo, because the crush washers don't crush at the same level, and you can never get it tight enough. So that's the crush washers that I used, and you can kind of see it crushed one side but not the other side. So I had to do some janky shit. So I ended up cutting one of these off of a line and welding a -4 on there, making that pretty much so that I could make this run. And I used an old fitting and just mega grade it, and it worked. There's no leak on the block. But this was at a severe angle, and I didn't like how the hose was kinked. And it appeared that there was a leak in this, but you can see the weld maybe right there, where that weld ends and the next one begins, right there. Maybe it could have been leaking there, but I'm thinking it was leaking somewhere else. But this fitting was leaking. That was the problem. So I went back and I remeasured and had this one made. And yeah, there's a little basically U-bend right there, but that's basically the best we could do in how tight of a space I had. So I replaced the oil feed line, and then let's turn the light back on. This water line, which comes off of the turbo, runs up into this T-block. That one had a split in it, so I had to replace this hose. Actually, I didn't replace it, I just cut it off, the rip, and reused it. So that might bite me in the ass. And then this hose, the last test drive, split right here. So I've replaced that hose as well. That's really the coolant lines over here on the turbo were the only thing I reused on the whole turbo setup. So came back and bit me in my ass because I've had to replace 2 out of the, I think, 4 or 5. Sorry, turn that light off. It fucking blinds me. But anyway, those are really the only growing pains. My battery is also dead all the time, so that's not great. Oh, the bigger issue that I've had this whole fucking time is my cam angle sensors have been going out. So this was the old one off the original VET swap, which was in the car for like 4 years. It had rubbed, like I got it too close, so it rubbed on the edge of the sensor, and I just wanted to replace that, right? So I had bought a whole new wheel kit, and it came with another sensor, but as soon as the car gets hot, this one stopped working. So that's why I put this one back in, and if you look at some of the engine pics that I've been showing, it's been with the black sensor. You can see it plain as day. Excuse me, having the hiccups. Anyway, bought a brand new sensor, standalone, didn't buy the whole kit, and hopefully that fixes the problem. If not, I'm going to have to contact Tarks and figure out what's going on with these sensors, because, yeah, I shouldn't. Like, obviously it's not my wiring, because the last sensor lasted 4 years, but I don't know. The instructions specifically tell you not to bend this wire. And I'm not going to lie to you, I did take this and bend it like that. So I'm thinking maybe that's why. But I fixed all the problems, and now I'm going to continue test driving. So I've got to test drive 500, 600 miles before I can put this thing on the dyno and make the next video. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it was just a couple of test hits, but I'll try to film some daily driving as well. But until then, I hope you guys enjoy the content, and we'll see you next time.